Welcome to the morning show, ladies and gentlemen. The week 4 start bench morning show. We're watching the London game right now. T-Law 20. Jaguars and T-Law up 20-7 on the Falcons. Bijan looking like a monster, but we have just an absolute horrible quarterback dilemma there in Atlanta. They need to put Heineke in at some point, but Bijan's still ripping them off. There's no better running back in the National Football League. I don't care what anybody says. You can say, oh, McCaffrey's better. Look, nobody's a better running back. Maybe fantasy, Bijan's not fully unlocked yet. There is no better pure runner in the National Football League that has a master class of jump cutting and evading 1, 2, 3 defenders, yards per carry. ETN getting a nice little run. Hopefully T-Law can get a touchdown here and get a second touchdown, whether it's a running or passing touchdown, to give him 2 touchdowns and a whole bunch of rushing. T-Law has enough running yards that we would be more than okay with 2 touchdowns. Ridley's got a touchdown, had a big pass interference play that could have been a big, nice gainer, which would have made his stat line really nice. But he does have a touchdown, a couple catches. Ridley looking, good, promising that this offense is back on track. T-Law's looking smooth at times, so he's not where we want him to be until he scores a touchdown here. Hopefully he does, but under center, 3 minutes and 40 seconds left. T-Law running. He's been running a lot. He looks good. The Fantasy Football Show morning show, start bench show begins now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
From the FantasyFootballShow.com news desk, here is your breaking news.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a whole lot going on this morning. If you haven't heard, Deshaun Watson is out, and DTR, Dorian Thompson Robinson, they call him DTR. He is going to start week 4, and he's a great super flex grab and play or grab and stash depending on your league size and your circumstances. But go grab Dorian, pick him up, DTR. He's a pretty smooth grab right now as people are scrambling for quarterbacks, and you never know what you're going to need. I'm watching this Jaguar offense try and milk the clock, run ETN up the gut. We could use an ETN touchdown. We could use a Ridley score, or maybe some kind of surprise Trevor Lawrence run. He's been running, getting a lot of freedom to do some different things in this game. So pretty excited about what we're seeing, at least, even if the numbers aren't quite exactly to the level we want them full time. I got stains on my shirt. Your boy ate some food, and I haven't had time to change. I haven't even slept yet. I haven't slept 1 single minute since last night's 3 a.m. end time on the show. So we're here doing it live. Appreciate you all. Let's get to the start bench questions right now and file on in. Appreciate you all. ETN in the backfield. T-Law under center. Hands the ball off to ETN. Up the gut for a couple. It's going to be third down and like about 5 or 6 yards. Let's get to these questions. Appreciate you all being here. I don't know. YouTube didn't let anybody know I'm live right now. It's really weird that we're at 41 viewers right now. Usually we're at 200, 300, 400. So I don't know if we've gone live so much in the last 24 hours and posted so many videos. They're just like, let's throttle this back. I'm benching Fields and more for Anthony Richardson and Flowers. Of course you are. Why would you not? Sit Cooper. Depends on your option. Brennan, I'm not a mind reader, Brennan. I don't know what sit him for whoever you got. Brennan, come on. I need more than that. ETN getting the touches, but just not there today. Yeah, he needs to get some sort of touchdown here. That would salvage a lot. Ridley, only 3 targets. Thoughts. He's getting boxed. Like, God, there's so many negative Ridley comments everywhere. I'm not saying yours is necessarily. Yours is more just a curious question. You might not be watching the game. He's getting boxed in the whole game. They're just trying to shut him down. And he scored a touchdown in that. He had a huge 50-yard or 40-yard play, pass interference that would have padded his stats tremendously. It's like if you watch the game, if you're watching the game, Ridley's doing fine. There's nothing to panic on. Bijan's doing amazing. Drake London had a second touchdown where his foot didn't get in. There's a lot of good going on here. You have to look at this whole game here, except for maybe ETN. who's getting the volume, which is good, but he hasn't got the yardage quite yet. There's some concerns there. Okay, let's get into speed round questions right now. Go. I don't know what's going on with the YouTube stream. We have the alerts, the notifications haven't gone out or something. Start Debo or Metcalf. I'm going to go Debo probably. Trevor Lawrence getting hit there when the ball is handed off to ETN. 4th down. Okay. That it sucks that we didn't get another touchdown on the T-Lob, but you never know what can happen here in a very short period of time. Ravens defense is a good play now. Maybe. I mean, not necessarily. It could be, but I think there's still a lot of. We'll pull up the matchups here. There's still a lot of people that are hyped on DTR, and maybe he goes out there and puts on a show. Wouldn't that be amazing if there was controversy in Cleveland? If DTR goes out, because a lot of people love DTR, they think he's going to do better than Watson would have. So if you say Ravens are a good play now, Ravens are probably a better play with a hurt Deshaun Watson in there than they are against a healthy DTR. Wouldn't it be amazing if DTR went out and exploded and they had a $230 million guaranteed quarterback in Deshaun Watson, who they gave up the farm for in draft capital if they had a controversy on their hands? That would be such a crazy situation. Maybe Deshaun gets traded to the Jets. Can you imagine that? I mean, I'd become a Deshaun Watson fan all of a sudden if that happened. Maybe it happens. Let's root for it. DTR. Bijan can't get a TD because their pass game can't do anything. That's coming, bro. Don't worry. They need to get Heineke in there for sure. Derek getting traded. A decent outing for T-Law, but still under par. Yeah, I mean, it was a really good game for the most part for the entire team. It's just the stats aren't really there. London games are a little bit tough because they're drained. The travel, it's crazy. Debo or Tank Dell. I lean Debo, but I try and find a way to play both of them. So good questions, but we're going to see a lot of Debo, Tank Dell, and I'm just answering that right now for you. Debo is the best play. 104 of you in here, punch that thumb up button. I don't know why nobody knows we're live right now. This is crazy. YouTube isn't alerting people to this. I hate when they throttle back notifications because they think that you guys don't necessarily need all of them when you subscribe to them. Start Lamb or Puka. I lean Lamb, but Puka is a good play. Maybe you try your best to get both of them in there somehow. Derrick Henry getting traded. Wouldn't surprise me if it happened, but he's also an older running back. You'd have to find a specific contender to take him, and who wants to give up draft capital unless it's dirt cheap, which it could be, for an older running back when there are very few teams that even need a running back. Baltimore, maybe they take him. But would Baltimore be more interested in JT? Tough to know. Field goal, kick is good. Scores 23-7. Maybe we get a Bijan touchdown in garbage time. Okay, let's see here. Stroud or DTR Superflex? Probably Stroud, but DTR is crafty. You wanna go with the dice roll? Maybe consider it, I suppose, going DTR. He's exciting. O'Connell's kind of exciting today too. Ridley, 2 targets, 11 points. Hey, Joey, it shows how good he is. It shows how good he is. Not to mention, if anybody thinks he didn't do more than that today, they didn't realize he had a big bomb of a PI because they were literally trying to box this guy in the entire game. Hey, Smitty, congrats on the 23K. Need to drop either Roshan, Dotson, JSN Warren, or Hunter Henry to bring an AR5 off the IR. I'd probably lean toward dropping, I suppose, Hunter Henry if you feel like you're going to be okay trying to pick somebody up. Thank you for the congrats on the 23K. We hit 23K last night. Appreciate you all. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that thumb up button. Would you trade Kyron, Dell, and Higgins for Ridley and Javonte? I probably would. I know a lot of people are doubting Ridley right now. He scored a touchdown again. They made him a team captain. They love the guy. He did very well today. He's a big reason why they're up and winning, because they're trying to put him in a box the entire game, and he still scores a touchdown, a very nice touchdown grab that was timed right, took confidence and concentration in the back of the end zone. A lot of people said it was an easy touchdown. It wasn't. There was a lot going on, a lot of distractions. He kept his eye on the football, grabbed it, pulled it away from the defender's hands. It was a nice move by Ridley. In shotgun, Ritter, who's awful, takes the snap. Bijan's doing his best to block for him. And the pass to, is that Jonnu Smith again? Because I believe either Kyle Pitts is injured or he's been replaced by Jonnu Smith. Because Kyle Pitts is that bad. He's that bad right now. How does this happen? Where did Kyle Pitts go? Looks like T. Law's getting that Law Dog milk tonight.
A lion lives among us.
Okay, we don't have time for the whole thing, but let's get some faith back in the T-Law department, okay? T-Law looked really good here. The Jags needed this. They traveled. It was a tough game. Ritter lining up in the shotgun. Hand it off to Bijan, or throw it to Bijan, please. That was an awful throw. That was the worst throw I've ever seen by a quarterback in my life. What is he doing? He tried to throw it and it slipped out. I better on the replay see a defender knock this football out of Ritter's hand. And if they don't bench Heineke or they don't start Heineke next game and bench Desmond Ritter, I've got some serious questions and they need to be answered immediately. The Jags D, one of my favorite Ds of the week, are tearing it up, by the way. Tearing it up. What an amazing play. It got batted out of his hand. In defense of Ritter, it got hit out of his hand. The real-time play out of the corner of my eye looked like it was just thrown to the ground. I don't know. I still blame him. Ritter still needs to be removed. I don't care. Pacheco or Cooper without Watson. Pacheco's a little bit safer, but Cooper's still higher upside with a little bit more risk because we don't know what Dorian is going to do, DTR. But I think, Pacheco's not bad. If you're feeling like an anxious, Andrew or something, you can go ahead and throw Pacheco in, and I wouldn't hate that. Ritter, you stink! Need a flex Madison, Ford, or Lockett? I'm going to go with Lockett. He's safer. I know Watson is out, and Carolina defense is 30th versus the run. Thanks, brother. Yeah, Ford's a good play. Maybe they lean on the run a lot, so that's not I don't know, bro. That's Ford's not a bad play. Ford's not a bad play at all. Madison, I don't trust, and I think that I probably lean Lockett. Lockett's just the better move, I think, in general, bro. Now the views are coming in. I don't know what YouTube was doing with the notifications. It's so weird. Chris, appreciate you coming in strong. Full PPR. QB, Danny Dimes or Stafford. I'd probably go Stafford. Pick 2 running backs. Ramondre might lose his starting job today. I'm not saying he doesn't gain it back because Zeke Elliott's old and could get hurt, but it sounds like he's giving up Ramondre, according to the reports, a significant amount of starter reps today is what the report is. So Ramondre is in some trouble. And I think I pick... Part of me still wants to go Ramondre, Moss, and probably you could gamble on Madison, but he's sharing work. I guess if you want to go with the high dice roll, go Madison and Moss, but you want steadier Eddie, go Pierce, I suppose. Ramondre is somewhere in between. There's a lot of risk, but he still has some of that ability to be steady Eddie. When you really think about it, Madison sharing carries, Moss is not, so Moss starts. Pierce is not, and Ramondre is. So logic says Pierce and Moss have the highest probability of getting the most volume, but you never know, as this is the NFL and things are crazy. T-Law getting interviewed. Look at this specimen standing here saying, hey, I'm the Law Dog. And I soak my hair in milk. And I'm going to get better. Trust in me. Have faith in me. T-Law to the moon. T-Law to the moon. I love all the haters, too. I love T-Law haters because this guy's still getting going. He's still learning. Ayuk or Javonte. Give me Ayuk, but I like both plays, Drew. They're both very good plays this week. Sizzle coming in with a super chat. Sizzle, start Javonte or Achane. I go Achane. But it's risky. I mean, you got to understand that it's a dice roll to a degree. Josh with a super chat, Sutton or Cooper, full PPR this week. I go Cooper, but both are good plays. In Denver is a very nice matchup that could work out. Trust your gut if it's screaming Sutton, but I would roll the other direction. But that's just me. It's very close, 50-50. So you're going to get that wrong 50% of the time. Start Burrow or Geno. I'm going to go Burrow. Geno hasn't done enough to prove to me over Burrow. And at least Burrow, it looked like he got on track to a degree. We just need him to score touchdowns, especially in a 6-point per TD league. But both are solid plays. Geno could bounce back and have like a nice little outing. Smitty, do a flex Pickens, Breeze, Tank Dell, or Judy. Your safe place, Tank or Pierce. Your high risk, high reward dice roll is Breeze if you need a big swing. But I probably lean Tank or Pickens, and I lean Tank. But, bro, you need to almost make a trade that's very, very close. Appreciate you all coming in, filing in. Law Dog just isn't very good. I disagree with you. And that's okay. We can disagree on that. Law Dog's still learning. He is very good. Sometimes the play calls are weird. Sometimes I feel like they need to do more. He ran the football a lot. He made up for maybe not having the 2-touchdown game by running a ton. Hubbard, Gus Edwards, Singletary, McKinnon, Hunt, which one? Probably going to go with McKinnon. He has the highest chance of probably scoring a touchdown or even 2 touchdowns. So I go with that. That's a good question, though. Thank you for your super chat. The Falcons' offense is killing me, says Jack. They need to put Heineke in. While Heineke is not amazing, it will be a significant bump and allow London to get more targets potentially, allow the defense to be kept a little bit more honest, and to allow Bijan to rumble. Ridley having a nice day. The entire coaching staff is congratulating him because he was a big reason why this team won. And if you didn't watch the game, you wouldn't know that. If you didn't watch the game, you're saying things in the comments like, are we worried about Ridley when he scored a touchdown and had like a 40 or 50 yard PI call, because he's literally getting boxed in the entire game, and he's a big reason why they won. Burrows or Stroud? I'm going with Burrow. Ford, Judy, Collins, flex PPR. I'm going to roll with probably Ford, but it's close. Collins is a nice play. Imagine Bijan on a good team. I know, but the Falcons are a good team without a quarterback, but that makes them a bad team. So they need to solve that. Maybe Heineke's enough not to be an amazing team, but to be a really decent team. They run the ball well. The run designs are amazing. I mean, Bijan was ripping them off. It's just a matter of like closing out and getting into the end zone and having the right quarterback that can get it done and throw a touchdown pass to Bijan, because he will be maybe the first or second best option near the goal line in terms of catching the football. But they're running the ball well. The design plays, the run plays, the scheme, it's all really good. They just need to replace the quarterback. It's a personnel decision-making problem. It's not really the team. They're a good team with no quarterback, and they can fix that to a degree. HN, week 4 winner. We hope rinse and repeat from week 3. And if not, don't give up on him, because he will be an absolute monster at some point this season, even if for some reason he craps the bed this week and they go with some sort of crazy committee approach. Falcons versus Jaguars in the books. Yes, it is. Thank you, Superfish. Appreciate you. Nico Collins or Zay Flowers. I kind of lean Zay Flowers, but it's close. Bijan is absolutely phenomenal. Mr. T coming in with a $10 hauler. Mr. T, appreciate the $10 hauler. Thank you very much. And this question is, did it not get the YouTube notification? Nobody did. It's crazy that they didn't send it out. It's insane. Everyone should be subbed on IG. IG lets you know. I have if you go to my Instagram and you click on The Fantasy Football Show, you'll see these little circles. It says merch, highlights, live show, QB ranks, all that stuff. There's going to be a channels one, and subscribe. It's free. Just click on the channels and get to the when Smitty goes live channel, and then you'll get alerts every time I go live. Appreciate you very much. Madison or Cooper? I'm going to go Amari Cooper. Colts D versus Rams, or Ravens D versus Browns. I'd probably go Ravens D versus Browns. However, I am rooting for DTR and for that not to be. Jaguars were a play. That was a fun play. I started them in a bunch of leagues. We talked about that. That's a good play. As is a couple other plays this week. But I think maybe the Ravens are going to be a good play. It's tough to say for sure. It could go 100 different ways, but odds are there'll be mistakes made in that game. You know what I'm saying? So Devontae Smith or Stevenson, any big points? Josh, What are we doing here? What are we doing here? I mean, Stevenson's losing about half of his starting job today. Announced that Zeke is getting a big portion of starter first team reps or starter carries today. Bijan's so good. He's so good. He's so good. He's the best. Bijan's the best running back in the National Football League. Maybe the fantasy points aren't there yet, but you cannot argue that he's not the best pure runner and receiving back skill set wise in the National Football League. He has amazing hands. He has unbelievable ability to get open. He has jump cutting abilities that are unmatched in the NFL. I understand there are better fantasy producers right now. I understand there are running backs that are scoring more touchdowns, but he's the best running back in the league, and he's coming for everybody. And just have patience with his fantasy production. It's coming. But what are we doing here, Josh? Why are you going to bench Devontae Smith for a guy that's losing maybe half his touches today, Josh? I'm only being not hard on you, but just so you understand. Look, anything can happen. Stevenson could go out and have 3 touchdowns today. So trust your gut. But the news doesn't look good for Ramondre with Zeke getting a lot of the starter touches this week. I'm not benching Devontae Smith. And even if I'm wrong on this one, it's the right call at the forefront here. It's the right call. And T-Law almost had another touchdown in the end zone. Receiver touched it, or where's that? Who is that? Hasty? Who is that? PPR, full PPR, Achane, Thielen, Brees, Joshua Kelly. I go Achane. I roll the dice, but it is a dice roll for sure, and it's not for everybody. Alexander, appreciate you. Howell or Mike Thomas, Superflex. Probably Howell, but I'd rather start O'Connell. Go get O'Connell off waivers, bro. DTR is even an interesting play to a degree, my guy. Josh, again, thank you for the super chat. I didn't mean any offense by that. I'm just trying to merely emphasize my point that, you know, you can't start a guy losing potentially half the workload against a player you drafted in the top 15 in Devontae Smith, or maybe top 22, maybe 15 is a little bold. Flex, full PPR, Achane, Thielen, Brees. Already got to this one. Achane's the ticket. Achane's the ticket. The ball. Do it live. Appreciate you. Aiden or DTR? It's a really good question, Mr. T. I lean O'Connell. We've seen what he's done, and we've had numerous scouts and announcers and analysts and say this guy does everything really well. And I know it's the preseason that we've had a little look-see-poo, and that's all we've got, but it is what it is, bro. And I'm rolling with it in terms of a desperation super flex play. And that's why I created a video early afternoon yesterday when Hoyer was expected to start. And I said, grab him anyway. Grab O'Connell anyway. And people that listened now didn't have to race to the waiver wire when the news broke in the middle of the night, like midnight-ish or after, that O'Connell was going to start. Dell or Cooper. I mean, Cooper's safer even with DTR starting, but it's a tough call. I mean, I like Dell a lot. You're not crazy to go Dell. Elijah, Judy, Garrett Wilson, or Achane. I go Achane. Achane and Garrett Wilson in that order, but you're not crazy to go any one of those guys. Judy could even have a nice day. It's a nice matchup, so trust your gut. I told Alvin Kamara bracing for a full workload today. What was this by Schefter? I gotta put this on screen. This is by Jeremy Fowler. Okay. Jeremy Fowler says this. I'm told Alvin Kamara bracing for a full workload today. We'll see how the Saints deploy. So if anybody's like contemplating not starting Alvin Kamara, here's this piece of news. Let me put this piece of news on screen so all of you can relish in the glory that is owning Alvin Kamara right now and having the patience to see it through. PPR, Higgins, Kyron Williams, Addison, DK, Cook. I probably lean Kyron Williams and probably DK for safety, Higgins for a little more high risk, high reward. It's tough. I mean, you got to make a trade. Those are too close, bro. Those are way too close. You're going to struggle with that every single week, as will I. I'm just letting you know, I'm going to get that maybe 55-60% if I'm lucky, and as will you, as with the chat. I'm told Alvin Kamara bracing for a full workload according to Jeremy Fowler. So get Alvin Kamara in the lineups. Don't even hesitate putting this guy on the bench, people. Don't even hesitate, or you're going to be sad and really upset. Steelers D or Ravens D. Probably Ravens D. Not that I'm not going to be rooting for Dorian, but probably Ravens D. But very good question. Steelers D, Ravens D, and Garrett Wilson, Sutton. Probably Garrett Wilson, but really Sutton is a good play. Like, just know that. He is a good play. And trust your gut on that because it's pretty indifferent type of stuff there. Traded Andrews and Elijah Moore for Hall and Ingram. Smitty approved. Andrews and Moore for Hall and Ingram. Yeah, I'd rather have Hall and Ingram. I suppose that definitely could be argued on both sides. But Warren or Breda, I'm probably going to lean Warren, to be honest with you. Ink, you are the GOAT. Appreciate you. Start 2, Kamara, Evans, Zach Moss, Kyron. I'm going to go with probably Kamara and maybe Kyron as the safest plays. Achane or Stevenson. I mean, bro, I'm not starting Stevenson. Why on earth would I start Stevenson? You know, both sharing carries, but let's take the guy who had like the 8th best running back game in fantasy football history over a guy that's about to lose half his workload to Zeke Elliott. And that's not me joking. That's a report. So get ready for that. Warren or Breda. Warren. Barkley doubtful. Yep, Barkley's not playing, so I still play Jalen Warren. I think it's the right move. I think it's definitely the right move. Roshan, Javonte, or Warren, or Ramondre. Probably Javonte or Roshan. Maybe in that order. But Javante's a nice play. Roshan's a nice play. Zeke Elliott getting half the work today, it sounds like. This is horrible for Ramondre owners. Just an unraveling. Swift or Achane. I would say Swift if you had to pick, but I definitely love playing both of them, but you can't sit Achane. I'm sorry, you can't sit Swift. You got to try and play Achane somehow, some way. But Zeke or Cooks, Brandon Cooks? Oh, no, bro. I'd probably say Zeke Elliott over Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks is not the safest play, but anything can happen, bro. Trust your gut on that one. That one's like dog water. Like, which dog water is cleaner? You know, which one's got less, gunk in it? You know, 2 waters sitting side by side. I don't know. Both bad. Start Swift, Kamara, or Kyron, Superfish. I probably go. We said this earlier. Everybody voted Swift, but I kind of leaned Kamara. I just feel like, especially after this Fowler report, which kind of vindicates what I was saying last night, that he's going to come in and get a full workload, I think, right away because he looked the part in the preseason. I'm going to lean toward Kamara, even though I love Pierce. And they're both moon men, so I'm not, betraying one. Lamar or AR5. AR5 is a little safer. Lamar's higher risk, higher reward. So pick your poison there. They're very, very close. Finish with a super chat here. My wide receivers are JJ, Evans, Puka, and Dell. Please pick 3. JJ, Puka, and probably Evans. I hate sitting Dell. If you're worried about the matchup and you're just like sitting here going, Lattimore's going to lock him down. The history tells us that this is not a Evans matchup. I mean, I could understand going Dell, and I'm not mad at you. You're not taking a lap at all, but I'm certainly not going to sit Evans myself. Start Swift, Kamara, Kyron. I'm going to go Kamara there. If I already answered that one, I'm sorry if I answered it again. Thank you so much. Lloyd, start 2, please. Javonte, Roshan, Dell, Pickens. I'd probably go Dell and Pickens for safety, but Javonte and Dell is like a high-risk, high-reward swing, but I don't know that I necessarily play it out like that. I think I'd probably roll with the safer option that I said first. My wide receivers are JJ, Evans, Puka, and Dell. Please pick 3. Oh, JJ, Evans, Puka, as I mentioned. Sorry. I didn't mean to put it on screen twice. Start Swift, Kamara, Kyron. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you again. Some of these are repeated. I'm sorry. Start 2. Okay, I did that one already. Appreciate you. Alex, again, with a super chat. I have Sanders in 4 leagues. Between the following for flex, PPR, Hollywood Brown, Addison. 4 leagues between the following for flex. Okay, 4 leagues with the same flex players. I mean, you probably just want to start 1 in each. Look, I'm going to rank them in order of Addison, Garrett Wilson, Hopkins, Brown. That's how I would rank that right there. We got, I think, a YouTube exclusive membership drop or something because these super chats are coming. This is something's going off here. Let me just see if I can put the start bench show up so that I can monitor any sort of YouTube exclusive memberships coming in. Appreciate you all dropping all of the super chats and everything that you've been dropping. You guys absolutely rock. We're at 23K. Can't thank you enough for helping us get there last night. Smitty, Deller, Flowers, I lean Dell for safety, but Flowers does have the upside to outscore him and be just as good. Just know that. It's a very, very close call. 2 picks and a fumble recovery. Appreciate you. Let's do a 30-second call here from Angus. Angus, I'm not really doing calls because I got to get through as many chats as possible, so you only got 30 seconds, pal. Go. Angus, you got 24 seconds now.
Oh, Smitty, Dak or O'Connell? Who you picking?
Probably O'Connell, bro. I mean, it's tough. I mean, you're running the risk, man. You got a potential for a big swing and a miss, but you got that with Dak as well. So I don't know. I would probably go O'Connell. Let the chat decide. Dak or O'Connell, chat. Can you please vote? That way, it's not all on me because this is a 50-50 call, Angus. Vote.
I'm rolling O'Connell, Smitty. Thank you.
Yeah, well, look at the chat. Dak or O'Connell, please vote. Dak or O'Connell. All right, thank you, Angus. Appreciate you. Later. Fields or Burrow, I'm going to go with Fields. That one's pretty easy. I'm going Burrow. That one's pretty easy for me. I can't start Fields over Burrow right now. Evans or Quentin Johnson, I'm going Evans. I'm not that worried about a historical lockdown matchup when it comes to that kind of question. I'm not that I don't like Quentin Johnson, but...
To the moon.
Super chat from Perp. Appreciate you for dropping a super chat. Hey, Smitty, start Fields or drop Sam Howell for anyone else available. Stafford, Dorian, Carr, Ritter, Young, Dobbs, O'Connell. I probably start Fields in that scenario, but O'Connell is interesting. He really is. He's a really nice, interesting play, but maybe you just pick him up and hold him. Drop Sam Howell for O'Connell for sure, or DTR. You want to roll the dice. DTR runs like you could be okay starting them potentially if you don't want to run the risk of Fields, but Fields could have a good day too. It's tough to know. Fields could crap the bed because there's no defensive backfield and they could just get worked and get out of the game script and all that. But they should be throwing if they're down, so it seems like Fields will still rack some points up. I'd probably go Fields. Lockett or Jacoby. I'm going Lockett. Lockett's just safer. This one from Gaming. Appreciate you. Flex, Sutton, D-Hop, or Nico. I'm probably going to go Nico personally, but you're not crazy to like Sutton in this matchup. You really aren't. It's a pretty solid matchup for sure. Thank you. Appreciate you. Joe just became a member. Joe to the moon. Looks like we got 5 gifted memberships from... Who dropped these? From Mr. T. Mr. T dropping 5 gifted memberships. Mr. T, you go to the moon, young man. Appreciate you doing that. Previous super chat, Sanders over any others. Try and include it in the super chat, Alex, even if I miss something, because then I got to go back and get out of screens. If you don't mind next time, just thank you, pal. Appreciate you. I have Sanders in 4 leagues between the following for flex PPR. What is this question then? Sanders over any of those? I mean, if you got 4 different leagues, you might want to hedge it a little. So maybe Sanders in one of them. But as far as like a one-off question, I would say give me Addison. Then Garrett Wilson, then Sanders. And I would, if I had 4 leagues, I would mix it all around like that. And probably go Addison, Garrett Wilson, Sanders. And then, pick your poison on the last one. Hopkins, I guess. That's a tough one. But Alex, I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. You are the man. But that's a tough question, my guy. Ron dropping a super chat. Start 1. Kamara, Mostert, Kyron, Pittman. I'd probably go Kamara. But Kyron's a nice, safe play if you're not feeling it with Kamara. But according to Fowler, right below here on the news, Kamara's getting a full workload. And I believe it. Debo, Miles Sanders, or Godwin. I'm going Debo. Debo's not like a big risk right now. Thank you, MT, for those gifted memberships, my guy. Appreciate you. MT to the moon. We got a Carl coming in to become a YouTube exclusive member. We got Bunk coming in to be a YouTube exclusive member. Appreciate you all. You guys absolutely rock. And then we got Mr. MT dropping those 5 gifted memberships. Appreciate you all coming in strong. Bun coming in, Bunk coming in with a $5 hauler. Start or sit? Question is Debo, Miles Sanders, Godwin. Only need one flex. I already got that one. Debo for sure. He's not thought to be all that limited. Everyone's thinking that like it's a big deal, but Shanahan's downplayed it all week. Perp, thank you.
To the moon.
$10 hauler from Perp. I need a running back for Barkley. I have Spears and Breda, or go to the waiver wire. Lat Murray, Edwards-Helaire, Mason. I guess I go Breda. Spears is interesting, but he's not guaranteed anything. I don't like these options. They're really, really tough. I guess I would go Breda because he's probably guaranteed the biggest opportunity. I just don't know if he's going to do anything with it. But logic would say that's the guy that probably has the best shot initially, depending on how he does, flow of draft, the best shot initially of getting the most work. Pickens, Garrett Wilson, or Achane. I'm probably going to go Achane, but that's me. It's a high risk, high reward play. You want safety. If you need safety, if you're not willing to get 4 points or 25, and you want just like 8 to 12, go Pickens, or 8 to 14, go Pickens. You know, if you're nervous, Nelly, you don't want to go Achane. Jacobs or Achane in the flex. Jacobs should have a pretty decent day with O'Connell. Smokey the Cat, DJ Moore, Palmer. I'm going DJ Moore, I suppose, but that's arguable. Trust your gut on that one. Smokey, if you guys could vote on that one, DJ Moore or Palmer. I know a lot of people love Palmer this week, and maybe he does do very, very well, but I do lean toward going with DJ Moore because I think the Bears will be down and throwing the ball a lot. As for this Achane question, Jacobs with O'Connell should have a nice little day. Jacobs is safer. Achane's higher risk, higher reward. I'm not going to lie to you. There's really no answer on that one. If you want a chance for 4 points or 25, go Achane. If you're okay with it. If you're not going to come in here all sour later and go, Smitty, can't believe you told me to go Achane. I'm not necessarily telling you to go Achane. Achane's 4 to 25 points, whereas your alternative is probably 8 to 12, 8 to 14, something like that. So you got to pick your poison there. Crazy to start Judy, Collins, or Zay over Evans. Not crazy, but I'm not sitting Evans. He's your stud. Start your studs. Like, sometimes you get that right. Most of the time, not starting your studs, you get wrong. Lamar Fields, I'm going Lamar. Bunk with another one. Algier, droppable at this point. Depends on what you're picking up, but to a degree. If you have Bijan, hold him. But this is why I said sell high when you could get the world for Algier. You could get rid of Algier in a small piece and get Waddle. I saw Algier get traded for Waddle straight up. I saw Algier get traded for big pieces while everybody sat on their hands on Algier and thought they had a gold mine. I'm not trying to pour salt in an open wound. I'm just saying. So I never thought he was going to carry somebody all season. But I don't cut him for nobody. I cut him depending on who you can pick up. Sit one, Zay Flowers, Addison, Javonte, Achane. I'm probably sitting Zay Flowers, but I love him this week, Tristan. You're going to get that run wrong so many times out of 10. Do I drop Stroud for O'Connell? Probably not. Madison for Achane. Achane all the way. Achane all the freaking way. Crazy to start Judy, Collins. Okay, I got to that one already. Tristan, thank you for your super chat. Devo says drop Stroud. Okay, I got that one already. Dakota with this one right here. Dakota, appreciate you. Dakota's question is as follows. Start 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and a flex. Sanders, Moss, Achane, Metcalf, Puka, DJ Moore, Dell, Nico. You're going to start Moss and Achane at running back, probably. Sanders, I guess, at the flex for now. Let me just keep looking. You got Dell. You're waiting on JT, Eckler, and Saquon. Those are all out. You're probably going Dell and Puka. Oh, you got Metcalf. I go Achane, Moss, Metcalf, Puka, Dell. But, that's hard. DJ Moore, Sanders. Sanders is a good play, but he's hurt. And I don't know. Who do you trade? Try trading. If Sanders has a good day and DJ Moore has a good day, try packaging them together. Sanders and Dell. Go after the buy low group of guys. Waddle. I mean, the problem is that I can't really give you advice right now, Dakota, because games are going to kick off and these buy lows won't be buy lows. You really need to attack that once some guys slump this week and we got some buy lows, because Aaron Jones might not be a buy low. I mean, he actually could be because he had this game Thursday. So Aaron Jones would be the only guy in Christian Watson that you could go after now. The rest, we got to wait. I mean, Devontae Smith goes nuts, or Waddle. Ridley did well. Ridley, you could buy low. Ridley and the guys that played already. Ridley, Aaron Jones, those guys you can maybe buy low. So maybe attack those guys. That would be good. So Sanders and maybe a DJ Moore if he pops off. Dell and Sanders, go get an Aaron Jones. Go get Ridley. Those are some good moves. Dakota, I think they're all potentially doable. And then past that, the guys that have played, you got to wait, okay? Start Evans or Collins. I'm not sitting Evans. I just don't understand some of the sits for Evans. It's just crazy that everybody's going to sit him. I know he's got a tough matchup. I understand that. Thank you for the $10 hauler juice. Pickens, Nico, or Connor for my flex. Look, how do you sit Connor in this situation? He's playing so well. Secondly, Kelly or DJ Moore. I probably lean DJ Moore for upside, but I honestly think Kelly's safer. It's just a matter of what does he do with the targets. But his volume's probably safer. It's just, does he crap the bed again? DJ Moore is just higher risk, higher reward. I'd probably go DJ Moore. I'd probably go Connor. But those are really tough calls. And honestly, if your gut was screaming something before I even gave you that advice, I would tell you to stick with your gut, because I'm like literally, almost indifferent on it and almost forcing an answer on something that's 50-50. Anyway, I can start Achane over Olave. Sure. Josh, if you want to lose, Josh, I like Achane, Josh. He could outscore Olave. It's possible. But you can't sit Olave. Josh, this is the second question you've asked me that you're overthinking. What was the other one? Josh, I love you. I don't want you to think I don't appreciate you, pal. But I'm just trying to train you. Your other one was Devontae Smith and Stevenson. Like, Stevenson's losing maybe half his carries. And you're like, what? You're overthinking this. You're getting cute. Josh, I guarantee you're the type of person, and I'm only trying to help you, that outthinks yourself every Sunday, or drafts 2 tight ends, or you got to stop overthinking it and go with the obvious stuff that the stud stuff. Start your studs. And I could be wrong this week, but 9 times out of 10 we won't be. You got to start your studs. I traded Swift for ETN, and I don't know, Jacksonville offense sucks. Look, Swift's balling, and you got to be careful not to knee-jerk react. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't have liked that trade if you'd asked me, or maybe you did. But Swift was balling. There wasn't a necessary need to go trade him. He's been balling out. So be careful with other trades not to be like, oh, it's going to end. I got to get rid of him. You know what I mean? But I'm still like ETN. I still think ETN could be better than Swift. Swift could be better than ETN. It could go either way. But just be careful with other trades not to try and trade something because it feels too good to be true. And believe in the process, believe in the players. But don't fret too much. ETN's going to be a solid play. They used him a ton. Achane or Ramondre. Ramondre's losing half of his work today, it sounds like. So be prepared to hear a lot of no Ramondre answers. Kamara or Debo. Like Kamara, but how do you bench Debo? I don't care if the reports are he's banged up. It's been downplayed and talked as if it's not a big deal, but Kamara probably. Roshan to the moon, kicking Herb to the corner soon. All right, Nicholas, appreciate your super chat. We are about 5 minutes out from ending the stream, so get your questions in. We got 500 people in here. Hit that thumb up button. We only got 93 thumbs up and about 500 people watching. Can we get those numbers pumped up? It helps the channel. Thank you very much. Golf with a super chat. Golf says, just send a DM, no rush. Hope all works out. Thank you, Golf. Appreciate you. To the moon, pal. To the moon. Richard, Olave or Devontae? I'm going Olave, but how are you? Come on, how are you benching one of these guys? What did you stumble upon that's having you like? I'd love to hear the option, because how you benching one top 20 guy? Amari Cooper, Nico, and Gabe Davis. I'm going Amari Cooper. I'm not putting him on the bench over QB change when Watson probably was a worse play. Anyway. You know what I'm saying? Start Fields. This is from a Fitzy. Start Fields, Stroud, Ford, Achane. Go Achane. Go Flowers. Go probably Stroud for safety, Fields for high risk, high reward, Fitzy. There's no real answer on that one, pal. And Matthew, thank you for the first super chat that you've ever dropped. You're the man. And Josh, I appreciate you, Josh Rowe. I didn't mean to come off in a crazy way. I want you to know how much I appreciate you. I just want you to kind of feel it, Pierce or Ford, probably Ford, but really close. Almost indifferent on that one. Perps, Nico or Atwell, very close. Probably Nico, but really could go either way, to be frank. Toledo, appreciate you. Where are you seeing Ramondre losing touches? Zeke Elliott, bro. Let me pull up the news for you on Zeke. Let me pull up the news on Zeke as we do this. I might not be able to pull it up in time, bro, because I got to answer these super chats. There's a lot of reports and rumblings about it right here. Ian Rappaport. Let me see if I can put it on screen for you, pal. I know other people are interested, so it's worth trying to do this real quick. Hang on, guys. This right here from Ian Rappaport today. It says, Zeke Elliott, impressive thus far, is expected to get starter reps against his former team. Meanwhile, Colts running back Jonathan Taylor will have his practice window open this week. So, and there's a lot of other buzz about it, that Zeke Elliott's been picking up more work. He's been impressing. Ramondre's not. So, I mean, anybody expecting Ramondre to just come out and it blow up today, it could happen, sure. Brian Diaz, appreciate your super chat. Nothing attached. I'll try and look for a question, Brian, after we get through these super chats. Pickens or Dell, Purdy or Fields, Kincaid or Komet. Probably in this order I go. What is Pickens? Oh, Pickens or Dell, Purdy or Fields, Komet. I'm not sure what you're asking here, Chester. This is confusing mush of stuff. Pickens or Dell, Purdy or Fields, Kincaid or Komet. I guess Dell, Purdy. If I had to pick a side on there, I'm not sure if that's what you're asking. Andrew with a $20 hauler. Andrew, appreciate you. Andrew to the moon. Andrew, I'm going to do a different celebration for you since we're... Whoa, sorry. I'm going to do a different celebration since we're trying to hurry up here. $20 super chat instead of the hauler. You're getting the hammer. Start 2, Swift, Walker, or Achane. I'm going to go Walker and Swift. I love Achane, but you can't sit Walker or Swift. Which wide receiver? Out of these guys, I'm going to probably go Dell for safety, Pickens for higher risk, higher reward. I have one wide receiver, one running back, and one flex to play. So I don't know what you're asking there if it's related to that question, but let me rank them for you. I'll just say Dell, Pickens, Garrett Wilson, if that helps answer any other further question. I appreciate you, my guy. To the moon, fam, good luck this week. Thank you, Freddie. Appreciate you. Brian Diaz with the super chat. Appreciate Brian coming in strong. Brian says, Dell, Sutton, Judy. We're going with Dell, but Sutton and Judy are good plays. It's just you don't know if it's Mims, Sutton, Judy. That's a tough one. So trust your gut on that one, but I go Dell. Traded Devontae Adams and Fields for Josh Allen and Christian Watson. That is a fantastic... I like it. I think at the end of the day, that's a move I would make. Get the secure quarterback, and I still like Christian Watson a lot. Pick 2, Pierce, Javonte, Swift. I'm going to go Javonte and Swift. That's pretty easy for me, actually. And Freddie, appreciate you. Drop Fields or for Stroud or McKinnon. I probably would with Stroud. I think that Stroud's probably safer. Scuba Steve, you got 30 seconds. Go, pal.
Hey, Smitty, I got a dilemma. I saw that Roschon Johnson, he might get an enhanced role. I have Khalil Herbert on the bench in one of those leagues. Is that somebody I need to scoop up now and drop Herbert? And then Cole Kmet is another guy that I could drop too because Tank Dell is available right now, in free agency. I want to get your thoughts.
Yes, grab Roschon over Herbert, grab Tank Dell, do it live, do it fast, do it now.
Okay. So drop Herbert, like you said, for Roschon, and then drop Komet for Tank. All right.
Yeah, if that's your only option. But yes, I mean those two are better players. Correct.
Well, yeah. Because what I ended up doing is I couldn't call in. I wanted to to get. I ended up starting Luke Musgrave, so he has like 1.1 for me. And
Yeah.
I feel he would be the only guy that I would drop, but I'd have to wait till
Yep.
Wednesday. But I don't know if
I hear
I should just wait.
I hear you, broski. I do it now. Because you don't, bro, if Roshan goes out there and it's total takeover, and this is from my week 1 waiver wire show, and I know it's been delayed. Sometimes stuff that I say, it doesn't always happen anyway. You know, I'm not saying I'm 100%, but sometimes I'm a little early on these things. So I think Roshan takeover eventually happens, and I think it's a part of why the team turns around a little bit. Not a ton, but like they play better, Fields plays better, and they start running the football, right, to get some open up the pass a little bit. And to answer this question, Stevenson or Roshan with the Stevenson news? Roshan. So I feel that comfortable about Roshan. All right, appreciate you, Scuba. We'll see you later, pal.
All right, yeah, I'll call you in. I'll call in later, man. Thank you.
All right, later. All right, rapid fire real quick. Dell, let's see, Chase, let's see here. Dell, Wilson, Hall, probably Dell, safety. Hall, high risk, high reward, Evan. Tough call. Justin Fields or Brock Purdy. Purdy safer. Fields higher risk, higher reward. You know, Javonte, Zay, or Jacobs. Probably Jacobs because I think O'Connell helps him a little bit, but it's certainly a close call. Certainly close. Start Elijah Moore or DTR at starting Elijah Moore with DTR starting, or Wilson, Roshan. I'd probably go Roshan. I think it's a great question. But I'd probably go Roshan. Dell or Garrett Wilson and Hall. Dell over Garrett Wilson and Hall. Probably Dell for safety, Hall for high risk, high reward. Like if you need a big swing and you're down, like Hall could get you 4 points. You got to be okay with that. He could get you 25. Whereas Dell's like 8 to 15, you know, consistent. Zay or Javonte. I lean Javonte slightly, but they're pretty dead even to me. And I envision Zay scoring. I really do. I see Zay in the end zone. Piff says flex full PPR. I got Brees, Ford, Warren. Who do I play? I probably go with this combination. Ford's your safe play. Brees is your high risk, high reward. Motion detected at the front if you need a big swing. Appreciate you dropping that super. Thank you so much. All right, we are out of here. Good luck to everybody. Appreciate every single one of your super chats. If you drop one on the way out the door, I'll try and answer it in the chat while the live stream is continuing to go. I have it rolling here, but I won't be here very, very long, so just try not to drop it too late. But appreciate you all. Roshan Johnson, make sure he's not on waivers. O'Connell and Superflex, make sure he's not on waivers. DTR, Dorian, Thompson, Robinson, make sure he's not available on waivers in Superflex. And Zeke Elliott's a good play if you're in desperate need at running back because he could get half the work today. In Ramondre's, God, that fell apart quick for Ramondre. But maybe he climbs back in, you know. Appreciate you all. I'll see you all after the games. We'll do a recap. Peace out. Good luck.
Motion detected at the front door.